I'm Abiola Jackson. This is the Entertainment News, Celebrity Gossip TV. This is for Saturday, August the 22nd, or August the 23rd, excuse me. In Entertainment News, well, Jermaine Dupri. I haven't spoken about him in quite some time. He's been pretty quiet until now. He was actually on the Joe Budden podcast, Patreon episode. He discussed marriage and said this about marriage. He never married because his mentors, including Quincy Jones and other wealthy figures in the industry, consistently advised him against it. Again, he said he was speaking about this on the Joe Budden podcast. Again, we'll get to this right now and hear and we'll go into more detail. This is Jermaine Dupri on the Joe Budden podcast. Listen up, guys.
Yeah, I didn't have nothing to do with that one. The Let's Get Married hook was like, I was dealing with a relationship, and that's the girl told me, like, you ain't getting no younger. You might as well do it. And I'm like,
that's one of the worst proposals ever, though, to say to somebody.
And I'm like, all right, well, and I just sat on it for a minute. And I'm like, Brian, you know, girls really want to get married. Like, they really want to get married. Like, that's what they want to do. And I started singing that hook, and then Jagger was like, we'll do that.
If you don't mind, how many times have you been married?
Never.
No. Damn. Living a good life.
Look at you. Never. My memory was fuzzy on whether him and Janet, I didn't remember none of that.
Nah, we wasn't married.
Can I ask,
wait, slow down.
Oh, go ahead.
He's trying to keep
hold on. Slow down. Go ahead. Slow down now. Let me slow walk the dog here. Well, what are your views on it and thoughts on it today, especially as
on marriage?
A nigga in your bracket? Yeah.
I feel like you have to be ready. And I got OGs that I listen to, and they all told me don't ever do it. Quincy Jones, rest in peace, was like my sensei, and he was just like, JD, don't ever do it, ever.
Damn.
Did you say why? It's too late for you, buddy.
Alimony, nigga.
He just say, like, I mean, I would guess based on, like, you could look at his life and figure out why, right?
Mel,
I mean, he was married 5 years. You know what I mean? Like, he was 5 times basically. But he never stayed married, right? I guess I don't know. I have so many friends that have just been like, yo, don't do this, don't do it. And I feel like for me, it would have to be a situation where I'm completely like ready and prepared to just give 80% to that situation.
Do you think you would feel differently if you weren't as lit as you are today? One, and two, what would a woman have to do today to sweep you off your feet?
No, I don't think. I think it's the same mentality. Because I'm like I said, I am really b-boy minded, right? So I'm d-boy minded too.
That's fuck bitches get money. What that mean?
I think that might be a pause for the niggas that don't understand what's going on.
No, we good. No, we get it.
Okay.
We're mature.
But it was a good pause.
I was pausing just in case. I respect the
guest. But when I say D-boy minded, I feel like, I don't feel like you buy the Lamborghini for your wife. You buy the Lamborghini to go down the block so niggas can see you and the new women can see you. And it's like, if you have aspirations for D-boy lifestyle, I don't know how marriage works. Because I'm saying, I remember one day I was in like,
you're right.
One of them places where they got the boats and shit. Like, I don't know where we was at, but
Monte Carlo,
St.
Tropez. It was. I don't even remember, but it wasn't St. Tropez. It wasn't St. Tropez.
We got it, man.
That's a traveling nigga. Right.
It was one of these places, and I thought I was doing something. I had rented like a 140-foot yacht, whatever, and I had girls on the boat. They was topless. The music was popping. That's the place where they put the boats beside each other and all this. And
that's a 300-foot big shit.
I'm saying, right? So the waves start moving crazy.
Boat start rocking.
Right? My boat start moving, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And it's this big ass boat that's coming, right? Like a 250. Something crazy.
Some wild shit.
Some super dumb shit.
80-year-old.
And the nigga that was on the boat was Marty Bandier. He was the CEO of EMI Publishing, which became Sony Publishing now. And I'm signed to Sony Publishing. He pulled his boat right beside my boat. And
thank you.
Play imaginary players.
he saw us. He saw us partying. He saw the girls. He did all this. He jumped off his boat and came to my boat and said, JD, don't ever be the nigga that owned that boat over there. And I was like,
Wait.
and it ain't hit me till afterwards. I'm like, I looked at his boat and it was big, but it was quiet as fuck. It wasn't nobody dancing, wasn't no women on that motherfucker. It was just him and his family, and he wanted to be on my boat.
See, that's why the documentaries I watch, that white guy throws his family off the yacht.
The whole family.
The Great Tornado, right?
Yeah, I mean, and by the way, that's what I'm saying. That's another time when I was young, and somebody told me,
Don't do it.
JD,
You don't want this life.
Was there ever a
Yep. So that's Jermaine Dupri's thoughts on getting married. He was advised by his advisors like Quincy Jones and others not to get married. Again, to each his own. To each his own. If you feel that you're ready to get married, get married. If you're not ready to get married, don't get married. Don't force your way into marriage unless you're ready. Marriage is a business, of course, as you all know. So it's a whole new territory when you're looking to get married. So they're basically, his advisors and others are just hinting and telling him not to get married, because I guess they said there on the podcast that Quincy Jones, rest in peace, but he was married 5 times. See? And they didn't want Jermaine Dupri to go through the same thing that Quincy Jones and his other friends went through. So they told him not to get married. And I guess Jermaine Dupri admitted later on that he's not even ready. He wasn't ready for marriage. He wasn't ready for marriage. So that's the thing. So at least he's honest. I respect Jermaine Dupri's honesty, and he's being real and letting the Joe Budden and everybody else know that I'm not ready for marriage. Just not there yet, mentally, in so many words. So I respect his honesty, and like I said, you shouldn't be forced into marriage. When you're ready, then you do it when you're ready. If you're not ready, don't marry. Because like I said, marriage is a business, and it's a major step in one's life. So we are going to get to the comments and reaction on what Jermaine Dupri said. And one person says here, I don't know what. Let's see what they said here. One person says here, can someone really break down this for me? Because can't you, at the level of wealth, have the best lawyers draft up the most agreeable prenuptial arrangement to protect whatever it is you want to be protected in the case of a divorce? It seems like a cop-out not to commit. I don't think I'm going to disagree with that. I don't think Jermaine Dupri's copping out. I don't think it's a cop-out in regards to him not wanting to commit, because he was rumored to be married to Janet Jackson, but I guess he didn't go through with the marriage. He didn't do it. And I don't think Jermaine Dupri's copping out. It's not a cop-out. Like he said there, like he said in so many words, he's mentally not ready. He's not there to take on a marriage or to be a husband. He's not there to take on the role of a husband. So I don't think he's copping out. I don't think he is. He's just being honest and letting you know what the deal is, as to why he's not ready for marriage, and it's not a cop out. So I disagree with that part where he's copping out not to commit. I disagree with that. He's not doing that. He's just not ready. That's all it is. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a man not being ready for marriage as long as he's honest with himself and not try to marry to please others. You're trying to marry for your own for the sake and the benefit of you, for you to make sure you're marrying knowing that you're fully confident and ready to commit to being a husband to your future wife. And clearly he's not committed and ready to take that next step. So he's not copping out. It's not a cop out. I don't see that here. So the next comment here, or the next person says here, they said he should have married Janet. Well, I guess he wasn't ready. He wasn't mentally ready. So he wasn't mentally ready, and then I guess like we mentioned earlier, he was advised by Quincy Jones and others not to marry, and then mentally he wasn't there. So in terms of marriage, so. Other person says here, I don't know what they might have said, but I'm almost positive Janet Jackson was an exception for marriage. Another person says, you buy Lamborghinis to go down the block so they can see you. Before he mentioned women, he's stunting for other men at 50 years old. Another person says here, marrying women as a wealthy man is very stupid. They can't wake up one day and just decide to divorce you and take half of your wealth and children. Also having you make payments for years, all whilst bleeping another man. Smart man, he learned from other people's mistakes. This is the reaction so far. Let's see. Another person says here, want to know why the black family and community is in shambles? Listen to this baby boy mentality that so many buy into. It's definitely a factor. I don't know if Jermaine Dupri has a baby boy man. I don't know about that. He's just being honest with himself. He's being honest, and I know he was advised by Quincy Jones and others not to get married, but then at the same time, like he mentioned in so many words, he wasn't he wasn't mentally ready. He wasn't mentally ready for that. Let's see, any other comments? Another person says, as long as men who never want to marry are open about it from the get-go, that's fine. Someone who shouldn't want to marry definitely shouldn't marry. And I agree with this comment. Yeah, I agree with what this person said. Someone who should not want to marry definitely should not marry. Exactly. So there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're honest with yourself, like I said, then there's nothing wrong with that. So that's the reaction people had on Jermaine Dupri saying that he was advised to never get married by Quincy Jones and others. I gave my thoughts on that already. Nothing else to add to this. Again, hit the like and subscribe button. More entertainment news, celebrity gossip TV. That's all I got to say about this. Nothing else. Until next time, peace and out. Take care.